So, first, a depth of knowledge and skill. We know this is important in social studies. Here, we're really talking about what students know and can do across all four disciplines of social studies. So, it includes building factual understanding, knowledge like the three branches of government or the names of the continent, but also that deeper conceptual understanding, things like checks and balances or supply and demand, as well as the disciplinary thinking and skills of a social scientist, things like sourcing, corroboration, spatial reasoning, things like that. So we're thinking about all three of those layers, that substantive knowledge, that conceptual understanding, and then that disciplinary thinking and skill. Next, we have structured and coherent inquiry design. So broadly speaking, we're thinking about relevant and compelling questions that drive learning about those social studies topics. And those topics are intentionally sequenced in curriculum to logically layer knowledge and skill over time. So we don't have big gaps or redundancies. We're really thinking about that logical progression in curricular materials. And this supports schema development. So curriculum is going to support students to link facts, broader concepts, to get to those enduring understandings. How is curriculum supporting that in a sequential way? And sequencing questions and topics, that's not enough. We also want to think about the instruction within an investigation. So, how is curriculum explicitly building background knowledge and skill with increasing complexity and independence so that we're not leaving learning to chance? An inquiry is not a free for all. We say that a lot. We're increasing that complexity. We're increasing toward independent, authentic application and problem solving. And that intentional progression helps ensure that all students are successful. We want curriculum to support this and not leave it to the teacher to have to figure out. Now we have balanced representation in multiple perspectives. Here, we're really thinking about the responsibility that curriculum has, not just the teacher, to ensure that students get an accurate, nuanced picture of the past, as well as contemporary issues, that they have exposure to and understanding of different perspectives. We don't want curriculum to avoid complex topics, but we also don't want curriculum to present oversimplified narratives or to insert ideological positions. So we're thinking a lot about how materials need to be reviewed, how there needs to be a transparent process, and how different voices and perspectives can play a role in that. Next, literacy development. So this domain is all about helping students develop the literacy skills needed for rigorous social studies investigations and to be effective communicators. So we're looking for curriculum materials to provide more than just opportunities to read, write, speak, and listen. We're looking for instruction to support students in building those literacy skills, to evaluate sources, to comprehend those sources, to write, to communicate conclusions, and also to engage in discourse, again, in ways that build over time. And then finally, usability and educator support. What good are high quality instructional materials if the teacher doesn't use them? So we want to see well written lessons that are easy to understand, easy to follow. They have a predictable structure. We are looking for actionable guidance for the differentiation and assessment and embedded supports that let teachers focus on good teaching. What do they need to have in their toolbox that can be right at their fingertips? And we're not relying on external structures or leaving it to the teacher, again, to have to figure out. We also want to see a wider system of support, professional learning, so that teachers can not only use the curriculum, but they can deepen their understanding of practice as they're using it.